started. Welcome to the June 9th, 2016 meeting of the Addison Township Zoning Board of Appeals. Start with the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We have a roll call of the president, please.
Yes, Chair John Hatfield.
Here.
Vice Chair Lauren Smith.
Here.
Trevor Hayward, absent roll call. Tony Spina.
Here.
Eric Sent, excused. Robert DeWitt.
Here. Okay. 4 members present. Next item of business would be approval of the agenda. Have any comments or requested changes?
I make a motion that we approve as printed.
Second that. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Second, to approve the agenda as published. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. And we have no minutes to approve this month, so next thing is the public hearing for case 16-02. Applicant is Brian and Fabienne Potestivo. Perfect. Cool. Address is 1333 Round Lake, parcel 05.26.300.024. Zoning is suburban farms. The applicant is seeking a variance from the Township of Addison Code of Ordinances, Appendix A, Oxford Township zoning ordinance. Applicant requests a 20-foot variance for the placement of a septic field from Article 13, Section 13.03, Number 3. Septic system shall be located a minimum of 100 feet from the lake, and it shall be designed so as to drain away from the lake and its watershed and tributaries and wells. Okay, it's my understanding the applicant has applied in accordance with our rules for a variance request, paid the fees, provided the proof of ownership and all of that. So, Mr. Potestivo, would you like to make some comments and explain a little more about what you're looking for?
Well, my name is Brian Potestivo. Our septic field is failed. It's like really wet and soggy, and so somebody came out and did a perk test and said you need to replace it. So that's, I don't think I have much more to add than that. Other than I have 3 dogs, 2 are puppies, and they're really enjoying digging in that muck.
Okay. Now, where is your present field?
It's very close to that. That's why I checked, we didn't get a variance. We built the house in '03, and somebody was a general contractor, but it's just a little bit right next to it, almost, where they recommend it goes.
Okay, it's closer to the road.
The present one is closer to the road, which is closer to that pond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, what was stated in here is that the right language from our ordinance? It says from the lake. And here, I think it says from any water feature, isn't it? An ordinance statement.
It says new field is closer to the road.
The new one is not closer to the road. The old one was closer to the road.
Oh, the old one.
Yeah.
The old one is closer to the road and hence the pond. That's not a named water source.
No, I think that, I don't know, the neighbor that you lived there before, I think developed the street, and that was maybe required some retention pond for it there. It's definitely man-made.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no name to it?
No, there's,
So far as you know, it's not a designated wetland.
I don't think so, but I don't know.
I don't know if the township would know that or not.
Yeah.
I did do a very rough estimate. I pretended it was a swimming pool. I made it a rectangle.
Yeah.
It's about not more than 400 feet long. and not more than 75 feet wide at most.
Right.
So it's about 0.6, 0.7 acres or less.
Yeah, it's not that
But
big.
it's not that big. So wetlands, as I understand it, in this state, start at 2 acres.
It depends on whose authority it is. As far as the DEQ goes, I can't remember, it's above a certain acreage, below 5 acres, then it is the authority of the local government
Right.
to deal with, but I'm not sure what we consider a wetland.
Well, I was on the planning commission when it was established.
Two
I'm
acres?
Pretty certain 2 acres.
We do too.
And, so you're on it. It's not a wetland.
Okay.
Unless it was designated for a different reason,
I don't, there's been,
which would probably be in your title.
Yeah, no,
which I
it's
did
definitely not, yeah.
I did not see.
Yeah.
Right. So the question is, does the ordinance, my question, okay, first one, does the ordinance apply to this body of water?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same question a different way. Why don't we just move it 20 feet closer to this unnamed body of water and we're done with it?
Oh, we're okay.
Well, is there a setback requirement from the road for septic?
No,
Let's go that way. I just want to say that out loud.
no, it wouldn't be,
So you could move it 20 feet closer to that
okay.
well, I don't think,
pond and then
well, right
you
now,
meet the requirement, we're done.
his restriction on the setback is from the new septic field, the requested septic field, to the pond, not to the lake.
Yeah.
Right. What I'm saying, if this is not a pond, if it's not a wetlands, if it's not a restricted area.
Well, then he could do it right now without a variance.
Right. Right.
Exactly like it
And
is.
which might be the truth.
I don't think he needs to be here.
It's something we're gonna have to clear
Well,
up.
Tony and I just, we kind of agree already, Tony.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, yeah, if it's not considered.
I mean, if it was a wetlands, I'd understand we need to worry about that, but it's not. It's a puddle, for lack of a better word. I mean, it's a large puddle.
Yeah.
And, it's not-
Does it feed any water course?
No, actually, there's like a drainage thing that comes out of it, to the, behind it, into this wooded thing. Nothing feeds into it.
Oh, no, but if something comes out of it, where
Yeah.
does that go?
It goes to the wooded area, like right to the right of this picture, the bottom right.
And eventually Stony Creek?
I don't know if Stony Creek's in there, because I don't know if you would know that. I don't think there is a creek in there. I just think it's wooded.
Somewhere in that wetland, Stony Creek snakes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's why I handed out this drawing, so you can see the
Okay.
whole
That
body of water.
wetlands.
Right.
Tony Creek,
Stony Creek is down in here, comes down, got on the
Stony Creek
south of,
starts with Lakeville Inn.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But it starts in Lakeville and over here, flat past W and Sandy.
This is directly east of it.
Comes down here, and you've got a bridge over Stony Creek today, or no, that's somebody else. Somebody else comes in from Rochester.
Yeah, yeah.
You come in
We come off the Hill Road, and then,
from the north.
yeah.
But there's another place back there, I think maybe this one over here, just to the east of you. The next place east of that pond, I think
Yeah,
they enter from Rochester Road.
okay.
Yeah. But, and they've got a bridge that goes over Stony Creek.
Okay.
It comes here south of your place.
Okay.
So it wanders through that whole Lakeville Swamp area.
Okay.
So I would need to do some research and find out whether this is this qualifies as being a restriction.
Whether it needs a variance.
That would need a variance, yeah. It appears to me that,
That's getting pretty interesting. I have a big pond in my backyard. That means I can't put a septic tank 100 feet from it?
Yeah, it's,
I don't think so. I don't think I can.
yeah. It appears to me that,
it's less than 2 acres.
looking at this, you've taken great pains to optimize things pretty well. You know, making a long and narrow
Yeah.
field to minimize or maximize the distance from your well and from the lake.
Wetlands maps?
Wouldn't hurt.
Wetlands, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, prop it up on the outside here, maybe. We can all look at it.
Yeah.
Right here. I was thinking something in front. You know,
Okay, yeah.
This is DEQ regulated maps, so.
Okay.
This is the Oakland County General one.
I also looked at the FEMA flood map,
Okay.
and this property is not in the flood zone.
Okay.
Now, we are showing, okay, it's not shown as a wetland, but neither is lakes. Lakes are shown as lakes. It does show on the water resources map as a blue area.
The pond or Round Lake?
Pond.
Pond does show.
I'm not sure who we can check with on this to find out.
Damn good question, I'll say that.
If it's applicable. So it sounds like we need to, and here's
this map
Stony Creek
shows-
running through, coming from here. There's another creek coming, feeding it.
Yeah.
That right above mine here coming through, and it wanders around here. It's got another feeder coming from near that area, but not close to it.
Area, no.
About 2 lots away.
And this map shows Round Lake as a water area, but not nothing past it.
Right, well, yeah.
It doesn't even show the body of water. So this,
How old is this?
I don't know, I was looking for the date. 1796, September 1988.
88.
So it's 30 years old.
That's
We
recent.
don't waste money on new maps. I didn't see that. It's there.
Gives us a better picture of where we're at here. Okay. Now, have you, do you have any proposed methods for this, or just a straight typical septic?
You know, I don't know, because I have a contractor doing it, and he would be the one to say that. I think he just said it was just a new field, what he said.
Yeah, have you made application to the county yet?
Yeah, and then we were not approved because they have to wait for this, but we met their requirements. The
Okay.
counties, we've already,
But they required you to come see us.
that's what our contractor said. He said that Mike Pryor is the person at the county who said you should apply to the township now, and that's how this all came about.
Okay.
Well, Mike can't give a okay if the township says it ain't okay.
Yeah. And it's, you know, but it's not his authority to determine whether we require one or not. He just thinks we might, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's kind of right, and he knows our contractor quite well, and his name is Dan Chris, that's not who put it in originally, the other person who put it in originally kind of messed it up, but,
Yeah.
and that's what they worked it out, and they said you might want to apply to the township for a variance, and so that's what,
Okay. All right. Is there going to be any extraordinary method used, or is it
No, it's just-
filled or anything, or
No,
just rate?
just the typical field up, and just, my family lives there, so.
And typically in cases like this, assuming that it doesn't apply in this case, typically people that have come to us in lakefront areas have gone to some kind of a filtered or engineered field
Okay,
that has a little more capabilities of removing.
what I was told why we're having a problem here is the installer put it too close to the surface. That's what they said, field. So
The
I,
existing field.
yeah, that's why it failed.
Do you know what the elevation of this location is above either water body source?
No.
Water body?
No.
And also in reference to what the groundwater would be. Those would be good information to have.
Okay,
I would,
okay.
definitely like to see those, and I think it's something you would want to know too, before we
Okay.
go ahead with the project.
Okay,
Make sure this time it's done correctly.
right. So, I can tell my contractor this and he'll be able to get those?
Oh, I'm sure
Okay,
he can, or if he knows the source.
okay, all right.
Or, I'm sure our township administration may be able to offer guidance as well.
Okay.
As far as who to contact for this information.
Okay,
Sounds like we'd like to have more information about the elevations, what kind of septic system he's gonna put in. Is it just a straight field, or is there any engineered factors to it? Any other, qualifications? What's the design?
okay. I should have brought it to this.
How many runs, how deep,
Right.
and what the relationship is to groundwater and the elevation above the.
And how do you want those answered? Which,
Any documentation you can just turn into the clerk.
Okay,
Here,
okay,
Township,
all right.
and we'll get that information.
So you're saying we do need a variance? Or,
We don't know for sure.
okay,
I'm suggesting this, not requiring it, suggesting this information
okay,
as something we would like to see if we need to grant a variance. And it's also something that you would be likely to be interested in.
yeah, okay, right,
Having a proper documentation.
okay.
Would it be prudent for us to ask our council about whether he needs one or not?
Yes, I think it would.
Could I have the exact question that you would like council to know?
You wanna phrase the question? Okay.
I just
We want to know if the ordinance as stated for the 100-foot minimum distance from a lake in Article 13, Section 1303, number 3, applies to all bodies of water and in particular whether it applies in this case to a approximate half-acre pond.
And was this a man-made pond?
I think it is. We didn't do it.
We don't know that for sure, but it's
Yeah.
presumed to be.
Would be my guess it wasn't there when they put the road in.
It's hard to tell. It looks like the road wraps around it, but it's hard, you can't tell for sure. Looks like a footprint.
Yeah, that road actually goes through your property. Half your property is on the other side of the road.
Yeah, we actually have a couple acres. We own half of that pond.
Right.
Body of water supposedly is a man-made thing. It's not rock safe.
It might be helpful if your contractor can be here or bring more, give you more specifics about the design.
Let's assume now that it is required.
Okay,
We will do some checking and make sure that that is the case. And that information that we requested would be very helpful in easing our minds to make sure that nothing's going to be a problem.
so the elevation of the property, design of the system.
And the depths of normal water line under, groundwater.
Who, would the contractor be able to tell me that, you know?
He will have to know that before
Okay.
he digs.
Okay,
Somebody has, if the county has given
Yeah, the
a
information.
permit, somebody dug a perk hole already, haven't they?
they did.
Well, they should have groundwater level right there.
Right.
Okay.
Drainage directions and things like that.
That would be part of the design of the system, drainage direction.
Right, yeah, any evidence or documentation that you've given the county to get the permit would also be helpful.
Okay.
So,
And if we determine that we don't need a variance, will somebody contact me? Because it looks like I have to wait for the next hearing. My front yard is a mess.
Well, I think we could probably get some kind of determination pretty quickly.
I'm gonna get you this stuff right away, this answer, and,
Mhm.
so.
And
Yeah, if
I would say,
somebody didn't.
yeah, I would say we should be able to determine, if it actually does not need a variance, we should be able to determine that sometime next week.
Okay.
I think that's doable.
I'll send it off to him tomorrow. I will send the question off to Mr. Davis tomorrow.
Okay, very good. And if he needs to contact anybody else, he'll know who to talk to.
Okay.
Terrific.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, we do have, this is a public hearing tonight, and we seem to have an absence of anybody in the public except for ourselves and the applicant. But I officially open it up at 6:42 for the public hearing, if anybody would like to speak to this issue. We have a video operator, if she would like to say something. Okay. Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing now. This is the only time there will be a public hearing, and at the next meeting, when they make a decision if we should get that far.
Okay.
We won't have a necessity to open it up to the public. But obviously, there's not a great deal of concern
Okay.
in the neighborhood. That's a good thing. Okay. Anybody else? Jump right in and ask
No.
any other questions. So if you have any other questions or anything else.
Nope, I'm gonna get you the answers to these right away, and
Good.
Okay, and anything else you can think of to give to us that would help your case,
okay, I will.
be appropriate. We're going to try and get all the information we can.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. All right. Next item on the agenda, any other business? Correspondence received, I'm aware of none other than the application we see. Zoning board reports. Other than making a statement, we had a very good training session last week. I think it's going to be a benefit for all of us. I would like to make a statement, though, every once in a while. I know everybody gets as a CBA report, everybody gets the publications from the state associations, MAP, Michigan Association of Planners, and then there's another, I can't remember the name of the other publication that comes. And occasionally there are training sessions sponsored by both of those organizations available that apply to the ZBA. For anybody that's not taken them, it's a good thing to do. It really is helpful place to talk to other people from other zoning boards of appeal and people that teach in the class to get insights into how things are handled. I don't know of anything coming up right away. But, keep an eye on that. And,
Where are they held at?
all over the state. Usually there'll be some in the area.
We went to a couple, where did we go one time?
We went to,
The heck, wasn't too far from there.
yeah, I can't remember where we went to.
You think
We went to Atlanta.
Yeah, we went somewhere, it wasn't too far, but you, like you said,
I went to another one up at Port Huron at the Addison Inn. That was a good program. So it's good to have. It does broaden you.
just watch the publications, you'll see the advertised dates.
Yeah. And let township administration know, and they can make some arrangements to have it happen. All right. See, report of planning commission liaison.
Things are quite quiet. I believe that this board asked us to do a little homework on recording and requesting, et cetera, et cetera. And I am in receipt from Rand Bowman, some of the information we requested. I talked to Pauline about it, and I decided that the planning commission should look it over before we present it. A lot of the information is from Rand Bowman, and I think we should review what Rand says to make sure that what we want to say, and that report will be coming to you shortly also.
Okay, sure thing.
So we have a meeting next week. So that's my report on what you requested from us.
Good deal.
Okay?
Okay. Very good. That brings us to public forum, and we still have no public tonight.
If you have no public, I make a motion to adjourn.
That is the next item on the agenda. Move to adjourn. Wait a second.
Support.
Okay. Support by Mr. DeWitt. Discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Aye. We are adjourned.